last night, and you guys wonder, like, he's not working. Yeah, I'm not working for a while. So, uh, unforeseen circumstances, but, I'm not going to be live streaming all the time. Uh, okay, no. I don't like Ultimate Team. Let's do... I'm going to do offline. Do a preseason roster. And I'm going to do...
Select the team you want to join. Don't worry, you'll be able to choose the role you plan in just a second.
So I'm going to do a new team. What team should I do? A team that I find that is more deserving, in my opinion. I mean, I like the Rams. They're a good team. I remember I did the Steelers, Madden 18. I like Minnesota. I like Denver. Denver's good, I must say, but I haven't done Arizona yet. I'm going to do the Cardinals.
Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the right.
Let's do it.
Your
Arizona
season starts now.
I said surprise team, and I think this team is loaded. Very talented, David Johnson, all those guys. We don't have Calais Campbell, but I think this will be pretty good. Arizona, I think, knowing my history of playing Madden, though, especially because I always play on rookie level, is I like to always, I'm not going to change anything with the stats. Everyone's going to stay the same. It's going to be Carson Palmer, of course. Injuries are going to be off. And let's start with week 1. I forgot who we're playing, but New Orleans, I think.
Start the regular season by selecting your season goal.
Oh, Lions. Okay. Season goal.
Meeting your season goal gives high rewards, but does come with risk.
All right, let's do this. I'm not going to get fired. You know why we're not going to get fired? Because I play on rookie level and I always seem to win.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan.
And go all the way down to options. I always do gameplay start, sliders. People think that's cheating. Not really. I'm going to make pretty much the quarterback normal, I guess. No, I'm going to disable the injuries so that no one gets hurt. No, and I'm going to limit let me see. So I'm going to rough the kicker, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take care of all those things, pretty much. So going back, so those are sliders, and this is the setting. Now that we do have David Johnson, I think that it should be better now. And David Johnson's very consistent. So over the course of the next few weeks or so, I'm going to be doing what I normally do, which is try and go undefeated and try and be elite and efficient. Let me see. Is there any like free agents I can sign? Oh yeah, right. And I gotta take care of the cap room. So, is there any like a extra quarterback that we can have? How about a running back? Antonio Andrews, Stephon Taylor, Denard. Yeah, okay. Let's see, halfback. I'm just trying to take care of this now. Because what I did was I think I tried to limit that. So I have Dorial Greenback. Now I want to go back. I want to actually set the settings here. I always set everything to have there's injuries off and no cap room. So yeah, of course it's a simulation. Simulation always. I always put on the salary cap. Injuries are off. Off. I have to do 15. Just because. That's how I roll. And let's do this. It's going to be a long game. But I want to... I want to trade someone away. I want to trade him. I want to cut him and get somebody else as a backup. I don't really like Blaine Gabbert, and I want like someone else in case Palmer goes down, because I found out that that someone like that will be so. But if David Johnson, I do want to get rid of. I do want to sign another player. We got 3 wide receivers, which is nice. So now, before I start, I do want to sign another free agent quarterback and another running back. So, I need another quarterback. I know we have Robert Griffin III, and I mean he's an okay, good quarterback. I think, we could use him on everything, and everything, but just as a viable backup, I would like to use Griffin. So we sign Griffin, and I would like to trade someone away to get a better sort of running back. What's wait. Hold on, let me just do quarterback. I know New Orleans is oh. And then I got to get my guy. I want to. Oh wait, no, not Broncos. Damn it, no, my team. I was going to do Denver, so let me just go back. No, I'm not getting Eagles. I really would like to get Darren Sproles. But I don't know if Philly is willing to trade Sproles away. See, I never played against... It's funny, I never played against Tom Brady in whatever it's called. So I got Marshawn Lynch. I got Todd Gurley. Ravens. Here we go. My running back. I'm not releasing David Johnson. I do want to release him and. Damn it. Oh well. I guess this will have to be. For now. I'm gonna get another halfback. All right, that's it. All right. It says cut one player. All right. Let's do this. Let's see what we can do. Tell you guys later. Talk to you guys at the end.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams...
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, it's the opener of the 2017 NFL season between the Arizona Cardinals and the Detroit Lions. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. In his 15th year now from USC, Carson Palmer will be the man under center.
He'll turn 38 in December, and there was some discussion in the offseason about him possibly contemplating retirement. Elected to come back, though. His big right arm, exactly what they want in Arizona. They love to play the downfield game, throwing it to their big-time receivers.
They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's second down. And let's look now at the offensive starters for the Cardinals.
David Johnson's play has forced us to talk about him as one of the premier running backs in the NFL. Good size, so he can run inside and break through some tackles. Also has excellent speed, so he can get to the perimeter, turn the corner, and make it into a big gain. But he also relies on the fact that he was a college wide receiver at one point, and they can utilize him both out of the backfield and in the slot back position in order to get downfield and catch the football.
Screen play, Johnson. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And the starting crew defensively for Detroit.
When you talk about pure speed on the corner, you have to talk about Darius Slay, because this guy in high school, 100-meter, 200-meter state champ, he can flat out run. There have been takeaways in his last 4 seasons. He wants to live up to his nickname, which is Big Play Slay.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Here's Johnson. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Throwing now, Palmer on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The two old workhorses, Palmer and Fitzgerald, connecting there for a Cardinal first.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
As I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone. And Carson Palmer's going to turn 38 in December.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson taking it in. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
The arm has always been evident. The maturity has really increased in the last couple of seasons. How about 2016 for Matthew Stafford? 8 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime, the most by a quarterback in a single season in the Super Bowl era. In fact, one Detroit newspaper put the odds of all those comebacks occurring at 8.65 billion to 1.
It's crazy. 8.65 billion to 1. I don't know that Lightning will strike twice, but what a season. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
So after the interception, here's Palmer. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down. So they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald, 27 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. You got to figure if they want to have success this year, the more they can put the football in his hands, the better, coming off a Pro Bowl campaign.
And that Pro Bowl campaign does more than just get him notoriety. It also plants an idea in the minds of guys trying to defend him that he's really pretty good, and sometimes gives you a little bit of extra room, a little bit of extra deference, and he's taking advantage of it.
Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Well, let's discuss Detroit as they take the field on offense. Last year, crazy season in the Motor City. Fourth quarter comebacks, 8 of them. They started 1-3, then won 8 of 9 before going 0-4 to finish the year at 9-7. Ultimately, another season without a playoff victory.
In the midst of that 8 of 9 win string, they had 3 straight home games that all came down to the final series, and they won them all. I thought that was the key to their season. Look, we know they can score on offense. Matthew Stafford and his receivers, they can just absolutely light it up. But Detroit invested on defense in the draft. 3 of their first 4 picks, all defensive players. 2 linebackers and a secondary player. I think the key guy out of that might be Teez Tabor, the cornerback they took out of Florida. They've got to slow down some of those high flyers in the NFC North.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Play action. Stafford. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Carlos Dansby. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go play action here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old-school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Touchdown, Cardinals! David Johnson with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2-to-1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3-to-1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
With a carry, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. Oh, what a juke into space. It's a big play. Stafford to Tate. 41 yards.
And there's Golden Tate doing exactly what he does well. Extra yards after the catch.
Exactly. To your point, among wide receivers, no one had more yards after the catch than Tate last year, 635. Now Riddick. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
And it's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams who say, well, I don't worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And here is the Cardinal defense.
With the Cardinals, you get a package of pressure, and that's on any down, any distance. They always want more people near the line of scrimmage, more people attacking the quarterback. And then back behind that, they have a lot of different looks in their secondary, and they can't wait to get Tyrann Mathieu back on the field full time. He's their wild card because they can play him at safety or at corner.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses have we talked to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they wanted to.
And now let's look at David Johnson. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
I I know one adage that actually held up last year. Age is just a number. And I'm talking about Larry Fitzgerald. 33 years old, led the NFL in receptions with 107.
Third oldest guy to lead the NFL in receptions. Two guys did it at age 34, Jerry Rice and MacArthur Lane. A first down carry here for Johnson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That good for 19 and a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get...
And Fitzgerald has got it. Touchdown, Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Stafford on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I thought it was a big deal when Arizona acquired Chandler Jones before the 2016 season. Some people called it a boom or bust trade. Which Chandler Jones would you get? I think the Cardinals liked what they saw in 2016.
After 4 years with New England, really settling in as a Cardinal. It's caught. Jones. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
They go back to Riddick. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
David Johnson on his way. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Cardinals add on. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Dayon Buchanan in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
This Cardinals pass rush in 2016 got home 48 times. That's a pretty good number.
A very good number, led the league. Is it just because the dudes that they had, or the scheme, or both, or
okay,
what?
thanks for the show. Seems David I for you on this level.
Pressure, they'll continue to pile up the sacks.
This is Riddick on the screen. They needed 15. They got 16 and a first down.
That's exactly what Detroit wants to do with Theo Riddick. Find a way to get him the ball on 3rd down out of the backfield.
Who just respond to my stream, or maybe I'm going to see who just commented.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Oh, okay, it's the James guy again. Okay, I will talk to you guys at the end. Bye.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. Can't wait to see what the 2nd quarter has in store. We're back to the Motor City after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Not to turn away any of our viewers, but worth mentioning, I suppose, no team has ever come back from a deficit of this size and won an NFL game. The largest ever was 32 by the Bills over the Oilers in 1993. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tate. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that?
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Corey Peters. with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now it's Peterson. And spins away. And a juke this time. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Charles, as the Cardinals come out, let's take a look back to last year. They came in with Super Bowl aspirations. They had won 10 or more games 3 straight years. They wound up finishing with the number 9 overall offense, the number 2 overall defense, but they did not make the playoffs.
That just tells you that sometimes statistics don't tell the total tale, right? Let's take the defense. Number 2 overall in total defense, but they gave up 30 or more points 6 times in 2016. I believe they'd only done that 5 times in the previous 2 seasons. So when you give up that kind of point total, it makes it really hard for your offense to keep pace. So what did they do? They spent some time in the draft. Hassan Reddick, a line.
David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Cards continue to pour it on. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And he knocks it through. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
Riddick. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Running back, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws,
I got some nice heat on my page if you go to it. Emoji fire, emoji double exclamation mark. Please check me out bro, I was a 2K player but now a Fortnite goat. Emoji goat, I quit skipping the rest. Dick.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Dick.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return is Peterson. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. getting set to go again. Here's Carson Palmer heading back onto the field. They've sort of epitomized balance. I mean, he's thrown the ball pretty well. They've run the ball well. Got to be pretty happy over on that sideline.
Takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? As much as those guys back there want to throw the ball around and be the focal point, when you're able to run it well and hold the defense back from their pass rush, it allows you to throw it as well as we're seeing so far in this game.
Yeah, now they'll be looking to add to their lead here in the second quarter. And that's caught inside the 35. Two veterans there, Palmer to Fitzgerald, 46 yards. So another snag for Fitzgerald, who in 2015 became the youngest player at age 32 to hit 1,000 receptions. He's piling up some more.
Well, the way he's playing today, it's almost like he's trying to get a second 1,000 just in one contest. And when they're operating this well and clicking like that, well, that's a big reason why they're winning the game.
All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. The throw is Palmer. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Larry Fitzgerald on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals add on. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. The shotgun snap for Stafford. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Eric Ebron's got skills to spare. They just want the production to equal those, and he needs some good health in order to get that done. Had 61 catches in 2016, battling an ankle.
Yeah, the surprise, though, just one of those 61 hit pay dirt. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This will be fielded at the 17. And shedding through the tackle.
Emoji electric plug. Hello, no one is here. 4 emoji rolling on the floor laughing. Emoji happy tears.
One more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And our focus now moves on to Larry Fitzgerald, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Now Palmer on 1st down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Palmer gives to Johnson on the draw. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, 47 yards. And the Cards continue to pour it on. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And time to spotlight Golden Tate. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. On first down at Stafford. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Throwing is Stafford. Fells has it left side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down. He's a second-round pick, a solid second-round pick. But when you're close to that first round, do you come in with a little chip on your shoulder?
You definitely do, because now your money's not the same. But even more than that, it's the prestige. Everyone wants to be a first-round pick, and he thought his talent demanded that. And I do know some teams in the league that had first-round grades on him.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
On first and 10, Stafford. Caught right side, Tate. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel what...
And a loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit at the 23. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Broken tackle. David Johnson now gears up to help lead this offense back on the field. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the fourth quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know he stays what we call clean and no one gets to him. The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we got to throw the ball.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tahir Whitehead. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there. We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Dances, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, a 12-yard touchdown run, and the Cardinals add on. And with that scamper into the end zone, it breaks the single-game record for rushing touchdowns.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Every variety of run we wanted to see, we got to see. And a brand new record has been established today.
And the route is on here in this first half.
What you playing in what difficulty?
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run.
I'm playing on rookie level, okay? I'm in the middle of a game. I don't like to. I do this to watch it later. I don't want to worry about it. So I'm playing on rookie level because I like scoring a lot of points. Okay? If you want to score a lot of points, you play on rookie. I'm sorry.
Here's Dawson now to
I'm not cheating. And I added sliders, okay? All right. I mean, if you. I mean. Go back and look at the rest of the stream. I put that in there. Okay, bye.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a
I
kick.
wasn't judging my bad, just a simple
2
question.
yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. A reminder coming up at this.
I'm sorry about that. I just didn't realize that. I just didn't realize that. Sorry.
For highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy.
I'll talk to you guys later, please. Talk to you at the end of the game or at halftime. Bye.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Here's Stafford. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 11. Oh, look at the juke. And now running right through him. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Throwing again. Palmer. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there? Swarming to it and not allowing that to happen. Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, Palmer. And he's got Fitzgerald. 11 yards for number 11. On 1st down, it's Palmer. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught inside the 15. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining. Final play of the half. It's Palmer. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Lions don't have much to hang their hat on after the first half. The Cardinals took control of the game, and unless something drastic changes, it seems like they might be able to coast to victory. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Cardinals opening up on offense. Johnson's looking for room to run, and he'll end up sprinting into the end zone, giving them an early lead. Offense now with the shot after the interception. Carson Palmer on the money to the old reliable Larry Fitzgerald. And he's going to go 27 yards for the score. As they move out in front, 14-0. Offense now with the shot after the pick. Johnson's going to look for a gap, and he'll end up sprinting into the end zone. Cardinals up now by 22, midway through the first quarter. Carson Palmer on the money to Larry Fitzgerald. And this four-play drive goes for a touchdown. The lead continues to mount. 1st and 10. Johnson's going to take off here, and he'll score his 3rd touchdown of the half. Cardinals way out in front. Cardinals have it early in the second. Johnson's by himself here, and it leads to a touchdown as the lead continues to mount. Cardinals here, they have it at the 47. Johnson's going to use a stiff arm to get away, and this long run goes for a touchdown. Cardinals have it at the 12. Johnson's got it on the run. He caps off the 7-play drive with a score as this wild first half continues.
All right, Larry, indeed a one-sided affair to this point as we get set for half two. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On first down, Stafford here. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. 2nd down now after the pass completion. Stafford. Ebron's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Stafford finding his big tight end Ebron for a Lion first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, Stafford over the middle, complete to Tate. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dayon Buchanan in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Stafford down to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set to go again, we get a peek at Larry Fitzgerald as he heads back out there now. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way?
David Johnson on his way. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, 85 yards. And the Cards continue to pour it on. And with that carry, he has done it. He breaks the single-game rushing record.
How about doing it in the spotlight of our game? How wonderful is that to see all those yards accumulated, culminating in a brand new NFL record?
Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync, because early in a game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to. But as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Marcus Golden coming in from his outside linebacker spot. He buries him for a loss of 10 or 11.
He may not be a household name, but Marcus Golden plays with such passion, such fury, and some pretty good pass rush moves. Had 12.5 sacks in 2016.
Tied for 3rd in the NFL, former 2nd-round pick out of Missouri.
Yeah, that's turned into a little bit of a pass rushing factory, isn't it? Got a lot of guys who can get there from Mizzou.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Able to get there and pick it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
One surefire way to know that a guy's a great corner or wants to be a great corner, they don't mind the ball in the air in their direction. In fact, they welcome it. And that's Patrick Peterson. Throw it in my area. I'm going to take it away from you, as we just saw there.
6 straight Pro Bowls. Might as well pencil him in for a few more in the future, right?
I think we use ink instead.
He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Play action. Now Palmer. Caught on the left side. Fitzgerald. A really nice gain of 25 yards. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Johnson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now Palmer, and Fitzgerald has got it. Touchdown, Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald, a 2-yard touchdown grab, and the Cardinals add on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, but probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now a first down throw. Stafford to the right side to Eric Ebron. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
From the 50, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Here's Stafford. This is Riddick on the screen. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Again, it's Abdullah. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
I know it's a cliche, and coaches always talk about it's a team game. We need all 11 to win. But let's face it, Detroit really needs Amir Abdullah to have runs like that all season long.
Missed a lot of time with injuries, especially recently. Now, Theo Riddick wound up leading the Lions in rushing last year by just 357 yards. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Back to throw, Stafford. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. A shotgun snap for Stafford. This will be caught at about the 6. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter. You're going. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And the Cardinals are in. Touchdown. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. So that one goes down as a 99-yard kick return for 6 from the 1-yard line all the way to the house on the other end. That's fielded in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And he'll take it out to the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense...
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Dayon Buchanan in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
To throw is Stafford. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down.
I like what they were thinking on defense. Just guard the first down sticks. Don't let anyone pass that. Didn't matter whether they threw it or ran it. They just ended up rallying to the football on the running play and stopped them short of a first down.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32. And now running right through it. And he works free. And there he goes again. And he will score. Touchdown Cardinals. Patrick Peterson, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cards continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So out now come the Lions. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now Stafford. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage. Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Oh, another one. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? He's still fighting forward. Might have been 1 man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Larry Fitzgerald from 19 yards away. And the Cardinals add on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, He's to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he's just saying something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing again is Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And our focus now moves on to Larry Fitzgerald. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
First seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I'm wondering, partner, if they might need to sub him out for a play or two, because after that long run he just had on the previous play, he might not have all of his breath back.
Yeah, and they went right back to that well. Different result. To throw is RG3. Dancing to his left. Touchdown, Arizona.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right?
No.
I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
Going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, going to get a little bit closer this time.
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Robert Kimdichie in there with pressure yet again. And that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Frosty Rucker in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taken from just outside the 30. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And they... The offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again, we get a peek at Larry Fitzgerald as he heads back out there now. Glancing down at the stat sheet, and we've been tracking it, but you get a 100-yard game, you're really happy. You're over 200 like he is. You probably want that ball after this game, don't you?
You want that one. You want to continue to call the same plays in any other game you play. You're having one of those magical performances that just never want to end. And you know something? Your fellow receivers, they get those clenched grins right now like, congratulations. But why isn't it me?
Well, so far, it's been all about him. Here's Griffin to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here's Griffin, and he finds Fitzgerald. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. It only took Stafford 90 games to hit 25,000 yards in his career, fastest ever, and he adds to that yardage total there.
I'm not sure anyone in the league has a more confident arm than Matthew Stafford does. He can wait until they're actually open before delivering, as opposed to anticipating them being open because of the strength of his arm, and he doesn't mind showing it off.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, it's Stafford. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's 3rd and short. Third and 2, Stafford. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week.
David Johnson on his way. 30. The 20. And a cut to the right and some open field here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Lions now. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On second down, here's Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tate. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense.
Yo.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And Tate's got it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Here's Stafford.
If you sub to me, I'll sub to you.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Arizona, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.
Hello, everyone. Hope you enjoyed game one. So I had two quarterbacks, Palmer, of course, Robert Griffin III. I did want to try to see him. I want to train Palmer. I want to trade him. I mean, that's sick. 32 yards rushing. I mean, I don't understand this. How can he have 0 touchdowns and still have 338 yards? I don't understand that. Yet I had 6 touchdowns and 329, and he still beat me as far as passing yards go. Like, I don't understand. Alright, so thank you guys for watching all the time. I mean, this whole time, and well, I'm not ending it now, but I'm going to go back and see the rest of the league stats. Probably do one tomorrow. I'm going to Aruba, so I won't be doing a lot. I'll be doing some YouTube videos, but I won't be doing any gaming videos. I don't know if you heard. Later tonight I'm gonna do some more Burnout, but I might do it in a little bit. You got some Taekwondo today. Should be fun. Oh, okay. I thought that was another screen.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Ooh, trade for player. All these players I can trade for. Oh no, should I get Brissett? All these guys are good quarterbacks. Maybe I'll get Teddy Bridgewater. Oh, you forget you lied. This game lied. Okay, but who should they be interested in? Maybe I'll give them a pick. But it's green. That means that the interest is high. But that's green though. All right, you know what?
Once you're ready, go ahead and select Advance Week to get to your next game.
Save this offline so that...
Before this week's game, make sure to install your game plan.
Okay. I have Teddy Bridgewater. All right. I gotta go. So I will end this stream. I just gotta save. And exit out. Alright, I will talk to you guys later. Peace out. Let's go see the comments. King DTV. King DTV. I'm not judging you. It's just a simple question. Okay, sorry about that. Bills TV. Hello, no one is here for whatever. EJ, Dick. Oh, that guy? Money Man Harvey. I don't know if he does have PS3. And James Everett. Thanks for the show. It's Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be doing some Burnout Paradise in a few minutes. Alright, peace out.